Hi, and welcome to the Sleeping Dragon's Den. So after the Michigan Renaissance Festival, I got myself some new molds. I got some new dragon molds, a little bit of an upgrade. So pretty much when my current resin dragon molds are no longer good to use and start deteriorating and breaking down, I will be running over to these. So this is a very fine glitter from Lissy, and it's so fine that my air purifier will actually you can see it suck it out of the bottle and go straight into the air purifier. So it's very, very fine. So what's nice about that is when you mix it with resin, if you have a heavier, chunky glitter, it's more likely to fall down below the resin because it's heavier than the resin. When you have an ultra fine glitter, it stays all the way through. This is one of my new dragon molds. Very cool. She's off of Amazon as well. And what I've been doing with these is coloring in the eyes black. Here's the old that I probably have maybe a few uses left in it. And here's one of the new guys. So, a little bit about mold care as I'm showing you some of the new molds. Actually, I only have a couple here filled. But things for mold care. You want to make sure that they stay in a cool, dry place. Not too hot, not too cold. You want to make sure to clean your molds. How you can clean your molds. And you want to be very careful not to scratch your mold, because if you scratch your mold, that scratch is going to show in the resin. So shiny molds give you a shiny piece. Dull molds will give you a dull piece. This is one of my wolves. About every mold, you get maybe about 25 to 30 uses. And to clean your mold, sorry, I got distracted. You can either use soap and water, and I'll usually use a wet paper towel under the water to scrub any hard to reach places or any kind of places that are giving me a hard time letting the resin go. But most of the time, a nice warm soapy water will clean your mold nice. If you want to do a quick touch up, you can also take packaging tape and take your packaging tape, unroll it, get a small piece, and lay it right on top of the mold and lift up. What that will do is it'll take off all these little pieces of resin. They'll pop right off, and any type of leftover mica powders, leftover sparkles, any kind of thing like that. The one thing that you want to be very careful with your molds with is some people will clean their silicone molds with alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. What is kind of hard with that is what it will do is it will dry your mold out quicker. Once your mold dries out, it gets more of a dull finish to it, and then you no longer are able to use it. So best is packaging tape or warm soapy water with a very soft cloth that is not going to scratch your molds. Here is one of my nine-tailed foxes. After you use your mold, I'll pull this guy out first. Alright, this guy is a tough guy. He's got a bunch of little tails. He's my little nine-tailed fox. And here's the little nine-tailed fox. I used a different colored resin on the top, and then the rest of it is that very silvery sparkle. So this is one of my newer molds, so it's not anything on here, but one of my older molds, this one, is starting to break down. And when you open it up, you start to see little cracks. And you can tell where the cracks are taking place because when you pull the piece out, you'll see little imperfections in those areas. So like you have cracks in there, cracks in there. I probably got maybe about 30 uses. Probably about actually 25 uses on this mold. Exactly. And now it's starting to deteriorate. I can no longer use this one. But you do want to inspect your molds. You want to make sure that they're still looking good, that they're still intact, that there's no issues. And like I said, this one is ready to go to another place. But those are some of the things that you can do to take care of your molds. You can make sure to put them away clean them up either with packaging tape, a soapy warm water will help to clean up any of that extra resin that's hanging around, and then dry them out really well. Make sure that they're dry before you use them again, because you do not want water mixing in with your resin. It'll leave your resin tacky, sticky, it won't cure right. And sometimes what I'll do is, if I'm not going to use the mold for a while, I'll wrap it in cellophane, saran wrap, put it in a plastic baggie, and store it if I'm not going to use it for a while. But you want to always make sure that your molds are clean, dry, and ready for your next use. If you have any questions, leave any comments below. Make sure to like the video, and talk to you later. Bye.